All the content on this channel is for education or entertainment purposes only. It does not constitute financial advice. Always remember to conduct your own research. So in today's video, I want to dig a little deeper into a YieldMax fund that I must get around 5 to 10 comments per week asking when this fund is coming to Europe. So I think this would be a good time to dig a little deeper, see how the fund's doing in America, and give you my honest review on this fund. So the fund that I am talking about is YieldMax Ultra Option Income Strategy ETF, ULTY. So as you can see, the yield is about 86.07%, which is a rather big yield. So let's dig a little deeper into it. So ULTY is an actively managed ETF that seeks to generate weekly income from a portfolio of covered call strategies on US listed securities. So ULTY had a strategy change around March 25, which is absolutely amazing. It's done really good since then, but I'm going to show you what happened before and after, and then we can look at some total returns, see how the NAV has been doing, and all the distributions as well. So if we look at the distributions to start with, the current distributions, it is weekly, so it generates weekly income, and it's around 10 cents per week. As you can see, it's very stable. We're going from 0.09 to 0.10, 11. So very, very stable. But if we look back to 24, it wasn't really very stable payments. It was just paying all the income that generators. So 1.06, 1.41, 1.27. But it had a decline in NAV at the same time. So in March 25, they had a strategy change. So they could do calls and puts. They could do a protective put as well. They could hold the underlying instead of having a synthetic covered call strategy. So actually hold the underlying. They could use different names. So we'll dig a little deeper into that, but it's been very good since the change. So what does the fund do? ULTY is actively managed to seek monthly income. They need to change that. It's now weekly income. So there is actually a error on the website, which I am going to get in touch with Josh about. So that's pretty funny. So let's hope they get that changed. From a portfolio of covered call strategies, each on an underlying security, ULTY also provides direct or indirect exposure to the share price returns of the underlying securities, subject to a limit of potential investment gains of each security. ULTY's investment sub-advisor typically selects between 15 to 30 underlying securities on the basis of such securities' implied volatility levels, and will regularly review ULTY's portfolio to determine whether one or more of its covered call strategies should be increased, decreased, or taken out, and whether any such strategy should be implemented on any new securities. Due to its investment strategy, ULTY indirect exposure to gains, if any, of the share price returns of the underlying securities is capped due to the covered call strategy. However, ULTY is subject to all potential losses if the shares of the underlying security decrease in value, which we know with a covered call strategy, we get all the downside, then we are capped on the upside. But they have been doing very well since the change of strategy. Because if we look directly at the net assets, 2.9 billion. Since March 2025, when the change of strategy has happened, we've had over 2 billion pumped into this fund, which is absolutely crazy. 2.9 billion, nearly 2 billion in a couple of months is amazing. Its expense ratio is 1.3%, which is a tiny bit high, but you'll understand when we run through the holdings exactly why it's that high, just because it's a very high beta. There's a lot of trades in the fund. So if we go to the holdings, just have a look at some security names. We've got Applied Opto Electronics, Loving Corp, AST Space Mobile, Webull, Bitmine, Coinbase, Galaxy Digital, Robinhood, IonQ, Mara Holdings, MicroStrategy, Nebius Group, Oklo, Palantir, Reddit, Rigetti Computing, Supermicro Computer, New Scale Power Corp, Tempest, Unity Software, Upstart Holdings. A lot of these are very high beta names. Vertiv Holdings, Vistra. So even just looking at the holdings, are very high volatile names such as MicroStrategy, Robinhood, very high beta names. So let's have a quick look on Seeking Alpha, see exactly what's been going off. So as you can see, the NAV since the fund come out was going down and down and down. The strategy wasn't working. They were probably paying out too much at the same time, and there wasn't a very stable NAV. But as we can see, in April, March 2025, they actually had to change of strategy. He went to the SEC, he said this is not working, need to do this. And that's what happened. And look how flat that NAV has been at since. It's been absolutely amazing. This is like an income investor's dream, to have a stable NAV like that while still harvesting a really big yield. And that's exactly what's been happening. Because it looks really bad on the share price, but remember guys, we don't look at share price when it comes to high yield funds. You have to look at total returns. And then if we look at total return, this fund has still doubled the S&P in the same time frame. And it's same whatever time frame you use, we've doubled the S&P. So it's all good looking at ULTY. But also if we just look at what it has done since the strategy change. So if we go to April, it's actually done 31.5% total return, while the S&P has done 12%. So it's done absolutely amazing. So this is exactly why it's had so much money pumped into it so far, over 2 billion in the last couple of months. So I can see the appeal to this fund. The total return is really good. It's weekly payments. It had a decline in NAV, but they've sorted that out. So if you look at it since the change, I mean, this is an income investor's dream in my opinion. And I really hope this comes to Europe so we can have this inside as ISA, because that would be amazing. I think this fund is really good since the change. And it's a basket, so you've got 30 stocks rather than it being a single stock. Yes, they are high beta names, and these will go down in a bear market 100%, because they're highly volatile names, so that is a risk that you've got to be aware of. In a down market, this is going to get hit pretty hard. But the total return is all looking good, and I think there's riskier things to invest in personally, which we've already seen in Europe. So my personal opinion on ULTY, I really hope it comes to Europe, and I really like the fund. It's had really good total return. It's up plus 42% on the 1 year, while the S&P is on 21%. So it's a yes from me for ULTY. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. I really want to know, do you want this fund in Europe? Are you already invested in this fund? Please let me know in the comments below, guys. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.
Talk about Snowball. If you want 10% off Snowball, please use the promo code below and my link below, Cashflow King, to get 10% off. If you would like to use my pie so you can invest exactly the same as I do and the rest of the people who have also copied my pie, a lot of people have also pulled the trigger on this. If you want to join a Discord also with other like-minded investors, you can do that. Join our Discord, guys. Let's get talking.
Please remember to hit that like and subscribe button, guys, and also hit the notification bell to keep updated with future video. Thank you, guys, and I will see you in the next one.